Hi, I'm Richard from the Grammar Goat English Academy. Welcome to my English language lesson. Today's lesson is all about, you've guessed it, questions. Today we're going to look at the grammar of questions and I'm going to show you a really useful questions hack. Are you ready for my English language lesson? Okay, let's start. There are two main parts to my lesson today. Part one, some grammar, because of course I am the Grammar Goat. We're going to look at the grammar of asking questions. And number two, I'm going to show you a really useful and powerful hack to help you improve your speaking skills. Question word grammar. Do you know the names of each of these parts of a question? In blue, it's a question word. There are many question words in English. I'm going to show you some really important question words in a minute. After the question word, sometimes we can add a noun. What sport? What music? What food? Etc. After our question word and our noun in red, it's an auxiliary verb. Our auxiliary verb in this question is do. Our subject in green is you. And finally, at the end in purple, our main verb. Okay, here are some important question words in English. Not every question word, but some really useful and important ones. What for things or actions. Where, place. When, time. Why, reason. And how, the way someone feels or the way something is. If you can remember these 5 question words, what, where, when, why, and how, it's a fantastic way to improve your speaking skills. Why? Well, asking questions in a conversation is an amazing way to maintain and continue the conversation. So, ask lots of questions and practice your English. Remember the question words. Secondly, if you're in a speaking exam and the examiner asks you a question, what do you talk about? Remembering the question words and training yourself to answer them will greatly improve your speaking. Okay, I don't know about you, but I think it's time to practice some questions. Our first topic, which we can use to practice some questions. Music. Here are our question words. What, where, when, why, and how. Can you think of a question for each question word about music? What music do you like? Where do you listen to music? When do you listen to music? Why do you like this music? How do you feel when you listen to music? Okay, as I told you about this really cool questions hack, if you're in a speaking exam and the examiner says, tell me about a piece of music that you like, you can think in your head immediately what, where, when, why, and how. And you can give a more rounded, fuller answer. Okay, pronunciation now, because of course, if I want you to use more questions, you need to sound natural when you're asking them. In English, we tend to stress, put more energy into our content words, so verbs and nouns. Have a look at the first one. What music do you like? What music do you like? The two words that I'm stressing are music and like. Can you listen and repeat? What music do you like? What music do you like? Good job. Number 2. Where do you listen to music? Where do you listen to music? Again, I'm stressing the verb, listen, and the noun, music. I also stressed the question word, where. Where do you listen to music? Repeat. Where do you listen to music? Okay, the next topic is, and I'm really sorry about the terrible drawing of, well, it's meant to be a football. The next topic is sport. Can you give me a question for each question word? What sport do you like? Where do you play sport? When do you play sport? Why do you like sport? And the last one, how do you feel when you play sport? Remember, there are many other questions that you could ask. These are just my suggestions. Shall we move on to the next topic and see another really badly drawn picture? Oh dear, do you know what the topic is? Probably not. The topic is cooking. It's a frying pan. Don't worry, my grammar is better than my drawing. Can you give me some questions about cooking using the question words? What do you cook? Where do you cook? When do you cook? Why do you like cooking? Okay, let's add some variety now. Let's add a longer question with how. How do you make your favourite dish? Good one. Brilliant. Some really nice questions all about cooking. You could imagine having a conversation with someone and they ask you, do you like cooking? Immediately you can think what, when, where, why, and how. And you can ask lots of interesting questions. Also, if you're in a speaking exam and the examiner asks you, tell me about cooking, you can think what, where, when, why, and how, and give an incredible, fully rounded answer. Okay, here's a challenge for you. Oh no, sorry, another really bad picture. This is meant to be popcorn because, yeah, I know, sorry, popcorn. The topic is movies. Or films. What, where, when, why, how? Can you write some questions for me? Write them in the comments. Practice the grammar, practice the questions grammar, and try to come up with 5 accurate, beautiful English questions about movies and films. If you've learned something from my video, don't forget to like it and of course subscribe to my channel, The Grammar Goat English Academy. Good luck with your English language learning. I'm excited to read your questions, your homework, and I'll see you in the next English lesson.